Saints begin at their own 25. Some heat coming up the middle. Rattler on phase. He's got a man wide open. It's Olave.
Right off the bat, corner blitz. So now Kyle Duggar, who is starting for Jalen Hawkins, he's got to come over. The protection sees it, and Spencer Rattler spots his opportunity. That is a mismatch. And right
third and short, I wouldn't be surprised early in this game if it's close for them to end up going for it if it comes to fourth down.
On 3rd and 4, there's a blitzer coming, so Rattler had to work quickly, trying to get it to Olave. No flags. So Blake Grupe, the third-year kicker, and makes it look easy with a chip shot field goal to get the Saints our first points. Early stages in New Orleans on CBS. May steps up in the pocket, delivers. First down and more. It's Kayshon Boutte. Archie's been kind of overshadowed a little bit with what Stephon Diggs has done, but he's had a really nice start to the season. Big play. First down, Patriots.
Yeah. But his catches count, all of them for first downs.
Fake handoff to Stevenson. May feeling the pressure. Taking a shot. He's got his man. It's Pop Douglas, and he is in. Touchdown. And we got haymakers all over the place at the start. 53-yard strike from May.
It's not a difficult concept. Play action and post. And the Saints have two players, both the corner and the free safety. Really a great job by Douglas to set him up, but that's just bad free safety play.
And he is the lunch setback here alongside Rattler on 2nd and 7. Pocket muddies. Rattler's going to run. First down, Saints.
His legs, using his legs when the defense's back is to the quarterback would be a great weapon.
Good-looking connection. Foster Morrow in his second game since the return. Let's check in with Aditi. Made his return to the lineup last week, is now onto the field for Mike Vrabel in this defense. On 1st and 10, Rattler back to the air. It's Alvin Kamara, one of the all-time dual-threat backs. And, boy, if you're the Patriots, just hold your breath now with Landry Arch, their team leader in sacks through the first 5 weeks.
And for the Patriots coming into this game, both of their backup edge rushers in Anthony Jennings and Keon White, they're inactive for this game, so they're going to have to adjust.
Who was really good last week against a pretty stout Buffalo defense. Wipes away a 23-yard pass play.
Once you cross the 20-25-yard line.
So Blake Grupe, who hit from 34, this one from 48, and he is perfect. Right down the middle. All right, we appreciate G, man. That's a tough one. As they're still shaking their heads as Travion Henderson gets his first touch. Remember, no Antonio Gibson today, the devastating ACL tear last week. So Henderson likely to get a bump in his touches. Start first quarter with just over 2 left in this opening period at the Superdome. May again, the hard fake. Here comes Young. Boy, May somehow able to scoot it out, gets it to the rookie Henderson. Well, they talked about this kid maybe being the potential home run hitter, Arch, that this New England offense has been looking for.
Yeah, excellent pocket awareness again, and it's not there. He could feel Chase Young. Now that is dangerous, dangerous. But you know, you are starting to see more of this. And
so inside of a minute now left in the quarter. 1st and 10 Patriots as they work from the Saints 25. May again, going to throw towards the end zone, and it is caught.
Ooh.
Touchdown! Kayshon Boutte with a snatch. Too strong. A 25-yard touchdown catch. Wow. Boy, the hand fighting, that's why you hit the weight room.
Man, you know, that's what Boutte has done. He has been, his catches.
On 2nd and 9, here come the Patriots. Rattler, quick delivery, and it's a strike to Shaheed.
It's just they have to get them all on the field at the same time and get some snaps together.
Patriots rush 4. There's Rattler, and that's going to be another Saints first down.
You know, if Taysom Hill doesn't start to make an appearance, especially in this part of the field.
Long setback is Kamara. Rattler pulls it back. He's got a lead blocker, Morrow, and Rattler. Boy, he's pushing all the right buttons so far against this Patriots defense. A pickup of 9. Spencer Rattler so far, highly efficient, 9 of 10. Here's Kamara lunging towards the end zone. Taysom Hill now takes the direct snap. He's got a convoy. Hill in, touchdown. New Orleans in the lead.
It starts with this block to seal the edge by the tight end, and then it's one-on-one football, and you're not going to stop Taysom Hill. Touchdowns, and then Booty has been used more on the underneath stuff where he's the downfield receiver.
Here's Stevenson, boy, shot out of a cannon. And Stevenson gets those legs churning, gets close to the 40.
To let him operate has been one of the key things that they've been able to do.
May sells the fake, delivers a strike, and it's a first down for the Patriots. Mac Hollins makes his first catch. Stevenson lost his footing, just barely able to get back to the line of scrimmage. So interesting play call, Arch, on a 3rd and 7. 57, 58-yard field goal from here. But Vrabel's going to roll the dice. Football is live. And a disastrous sequence for the Patriots. May, fortunately for them, able to fall on the football. Carl Granderson was giving chase. They lose 14. Turnover on downs after the Patriots lose 14 on a 4th down play. Olave with the catch.
Yeah, he took the league by storm, and then ran into some issues and went to South Carolina and broke records there. So he's used to being the best. And we talk about the other quarterbacks that were drafted in his class that are having success.
Halftime report. Boy, Saints would love to get a first down here to run that clock. Patriots get the ball to begin the second half. Rattler towards the end zone. Boy, Olave had a chance.
That is really an excellent play by Jones, who I mentioned has been really, really good for the Patriots.
38-yard field goal by Groupie is good, and that is going to get the Saints the lead. See the smile on that young boy's face. Great job by the Saints. So how does New England handle this here? Pop Douglas has been all over the field in this first half, weaving his way through traffic. See where the officials mark the football, and they say first down Patriots.
And force the ball a little bit to Diggs. He's your best weapon on offense.
May pulls it back wide open. It's Henry. First down and more.
But this is where he does like to take those chances.
Here they come. May steps up in the pocket, delivers. First down Patriots. First catch of the day for Diggs. Play on 3rd down to get the first. Potentially leave enough time for the Saints to get it back. But now the Patriots threatening. May takes a shot down the field. It's Booty. Touchdown. There is a late flag thrown right at the end of the play after Booty had crossed the goal line. If it sticks, it's a 29-yard touchdown completion. Confirm that Booty did indeed cross before he was knocked down with the left knee.
Yep.
Certainly appears to be in from that vantage point. Great angle from our crew here. High formation set in front of Stevenson. Henry there on the keeper. It's May waiting for the signal. Officials trying to get to the bottom of the pile. Boy, they're looking at each other. Nothing official yet. There's the football squeaking out, and they did not get it.
On the field with a failed conversion.
Boy, I don't know how he didn't. It looked like at least his helmet was way over the goal line.
Patriots 2 of 3 on 3rd down. May, everyone covered, tucks it away and runs for it. Boy, just excellent feel. Arch not taking any chances. Tight coverage, all of his windows closed.
Brandon Staley has to figure out how can we get to Drake May and force him into making some mistake.
May protected. 3rd down pass a little bit high and incomplete. Snap on a 4th and 7. Vrabel, a huge analytics guy, elects to go for it. 4th down complete. First down Patriots. Over the middle to Diggs. Boy, May knew exactly where he was going with the football. They pick up 13.
Diggs has to be the first read, and that's exactly what happened.
So fresh set of downs. Pump fake. May steps up. May squeaking by again. He's got a seam inside the 5. It's going to be 1st and goal Patriots as May has him in business again.
Alert sprint out pass.
Underneath, Diggs weaving his way through a crowd. He's going to get only to the 5. And here's showing what he can bring to the table. 24-yard chip shot field goal for Borregales. Quarterback. See what they did in the first half as they play here just outside the 30-yard line. Kamara on the check, taking on tacklers. And he's going to bang his way out of bounds close to the 40-yard line as they get 7 yards to set him up with a 3rd down coming up.
Well, listen,
Jalen Hawkins, one of their starting safeties, unavailable today. On 3rd and 4, Rattler going to pull back and throw. 1st down. It's Kamara finding an opening. Finding a little pocket. All the experience, one of the all-time dual threat backs in this league. A pickup of 22. Big 1st down for the Saints. Morales was terrific last week. Couple of big open field tackles against Josh Allen. 3rd and 17. Rattler pulls back again. And that is caught. Then the football comes out. Chris Olave made the catch. What's the ruling here? Now they're going to say incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Marcus Jones, he played this perfectly.
Arch, it's the 2nd time he's done that, where the receiver has made the catch and Jones yanking down at the arm is able to jar the football loose.
It's just incredible concentration to go up. Only 5'8", goes up and plays big.
Boy, and then the punch out.
He might have, that might be worth a review.
Boy, interesting sequence. Incompletion ruled on the field. We thought maybe Mike Vrabel would challenge that last play. Could have been a potential catch, then a fumble. And then a clear recovery by New England, but Mike Vrabel not seeing enough. Consulting with John Stryker, who's their VP of football ops and strategy upstairs. Those two have been in such synergy with their decision making. As we bring in Gene's territory, Gene, Avidi Kikabala, rest of our CBS crew. There's a strike over the middle on a crosser. It's Olave breaking the initial tackle. Is going to get down inside the 40, close to the 37.
Everything that they've gotten today in the passing game.
Would be about a 51-yard field goal attempt from here. 3rd and 6. Here come the Patriots. Rattler smothered. Marcus Jones coming around the edge. Just continues to churn out big plays for the Patriots.
What's in protection. Really nice scheme by the Patriots.
54-yard attempt, and the kick from Groupie is good.
And there's a lot of things that happened as the head coach of the LA Chargers, but he's certainly looking to improve and get back in the saddle.
What a big moment this would be if they can hold Drake May in this offense as they chase him down with Pete Werner.
For some of the issues they had with the Chargers defense, and he had to adapt.
May steps up, delivers. What a strike. Under pressure to Mac Hollins. Monster play from Drake May. A pickup of 16.
Well, that was a beautiful catch, though.
Ever so slight on that Diggs contact. Don't have many in the book for a 3rd down at this down and distance. This one, my goodness, was right there for Hollins.
That next step in his development and try to get himself a win in the 4th quarter.
Play action from Rattler over the middle again. It's going to be a 1st down Saints. Football came out. What's the call here? So the Saints will retain possession. It's a complete down by contact. Saints football, 1st down.
Man.
You know, football came out controlled by the ground, but boy, that thing was tight.
Boy, Ellis came in there. Look at that punch. I mean, that was
Arch,
credit Johnson, man.
The hand strength of Johnson.
Better agreement now.
After review, it was determined that it was a catch, a fumble with a clear recovery by New England. 1st down, New England. New England will not be charged with the timeout.
All right, we'll chuck one up for Gene and Arch. Turnover, takeaway Patriots. And they're going to get it back up 6. Just a massive play by Ellis on the punch. And then Woodson, the young rookie.
What you have seen here in the 2nd half from the Saints defense is they've been able to create some negative plays in key situations up front.
May underneath up the seam. It's Henry. Tackle looks to be a little bit short of the line to gain, a yard short. Can the Patriots get something out of their running game, Arch? Hasn't been the case. They lose yardage again. Jonas Sanker off to a flying start this season. The young safety.
To help you out in your field goal attempt, and that's a win for the Patriots.
We're hoping for around 5 yards here to get into the field goal range. The pass by May, incomplete. No flags.
Everything now in the passing game is straight drop back, and that's a really tough place to live.
Defense is able to tee off a little bit. That one is low, up the middle, and it is caught.
No doubt the Patriots have their eye on him.
3rd and 7, Patriots rushing 5. Rattler fires, and it's incomplete. May's going to pass. Quick drop, quick delivery. Booty. Fresh set of downs as they work outside their own 31. Henderson, the rookie, dropped. Justin Reed.
That you have to be aggressive and try to pick up this first down if you're the Patriots. Watch the middle.
Saints rush 4. May throwing, comebacker. Was it caught? It's Booty. He's got it. First down, Patriots. Next 6 opponents, including today, 9 and 20. Just imagine where this New England team could be 5-6 weeks from now. If they
that he had last week against the Buffalo Bills. And they knew coming here they had to take care of the football, knowing that that was the best chance for the Saints. They did that. They come away with a big win on the road.
Patriots 25, Saints 19.